Hey Cappies, how are you guys doing? I'm gonna pull like 3 cards for each 3 months for 2023. One will be for work and finance. One will be for like your personal life, maybe what is hitting home with you is just, it can be a lot of inner stuff going on. It can also be like, exterior wise, sometimes when it's like a move or something. And then the third one will be more relative to love. That'll be 12 in total. I was like, the first few I put out, I was a lot more long-winded, about like the Astro weather. But I'll get so tired of repeating it. It gets exhausting after a while. I think I managed to do 5, and I was like, oh. So if you really want to hear a lot of what I said, you can watch like the first few minutes of Aquarius. I got a lot of that in there. I know Saturn will go into Pisces next year. You might want to find out how that affects you, what houses it's going to affect you. And then, let me think. Pluto will go into Aqua briefly. Not long, and then it'll go back in for like 20 years or something in 2024. And that was like when we had so many crazy events happening, and the last time that happened was hundreds of years ago. Like the American Revolution, and a lot of really big changes in humanity happened in that time. So it's not some little event. I know you have a lot of people that are like, oh, this, you kind of get like fatigue from it after like what the last forever, like 10, 15 years, people are constantly like fear mongering and saying it's the end of the world and there's FEMA camps over here and all this stuff. And, after a while, it's like everyone starts to sound like Alex Jones or something, and then people get kind of tired and don't really want to listen anymore. And it doesn't have to necessarily, oh, you're not the only one who got at the bottom of the deck. I think it might have been Taurus. Anyway, you know what I mean. It's like, it's not like a doomsday thing. It's just that there could be some really big changes. And a lot of times when Pluto is in Aqua, it has to do with like, what do you call it? Revolutionary ideas, big rapid changes. It's where people stand up to big powers a lot. But, it definitely will shuffle things up. I'll tell you that. It's before Pluto leaves Aquarius, I'm pretty sure the world around us is going to look very, very different. Anyway, let's see how this is going. Kind of want to look at everything before I start talking. Ooh. Okay. So in the beginning of the year, I'll try to move this down so I can at least see a little bit. It's just that if it's too far, I can't see like the time. And since this is not like, I'm hoping that if I start doing lives, I can go as long as I want like other people. Because I'm like new at figuring all this stuff out. But the phone will shut off after like half an hour and whatever. Okay. So we have the 7 of Wands in your work and finances at the beginning of the year, which kind of shows that you might be a little bit defensive about something or having a struggle, but you do have an advantage point. You are looking at it from a place of integrity and you are facing things head on, which is a really good sign. It's just not necessarily easy. You know what I mean? And then in your personal life, you have the King of Pentacles reversed. So that looks like finances may actually be affecting you personally, like at least your material, like plane. It can be your home, work life, your bills, whatever. It might be kind of affecting you negatively, or you are acting irresponsibly. But since you got this up right, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's more like you have some struggles and it's affecting you in a deeper level. And then you have the High Priestess in love. Guys, that can go a couple different ways. You might be having a secret love affair that no one knows about. Or you might actually have your eye on someone, but you're staying very hush-hush about it. You're having to really dive deep into your intuition and watch and wait and see if it pans out. You may not be in a hurry. Now, what's weird is the second 3 months of the year. So, that's in what, April? You have justice reversed in love. So I'm wondering if having the high priestess upright isn't you actually watching someone silently because there's an injustice and it becomes a hyper focus for you in the second 3 months of the year. It could be like yeah, because if you keep going down, I'll get to it, but you do have the Ten of Cups in your finances the second 3 months. So that's beautiful. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if some of you aren't quietly getting a divorce or something. And so in that process, you win a lot. You might have a happy home once you separate from someone, and, you may get the kids and everything else. I don't know. Okay, you have the Page of Wands reversed in your personal life. So I feel like that's kind of like something isn't growing where you expected it to. Something isn't starting where you expected it to. Or something is being halted, and that's what the injustice is. So that is I'm really wondering here. Obviously, because it's so weird to have, justice in love and then have the Ten of Cups in finances. So I'm thinking you may be getting your finances from family, and there's something new that you really just cannot start inside. It's so strange. And then having justice reverse, I keep feeling like having this and having this under it in love. I really do feel like there's something secret. Okay, this is either probably you facing it or maneuvering it, or it's happening to you. You know what I mean? Somebody might be doing something in secret behind your back and you don't know about it, but you feel like there's something going on. So you're having to use your intuition to try to figure it out. And it might be that someone is divorcing you and things are kind of being unjust. It's not working out the way it should. Because I'm sorry, that can involve the law for sure. You know what I'm saying? That can be someone getting arrested. It can be someone getting caught. It can be a divorce where you lose out on something. But seeing the Ten of Cups upright, I feel like you win something. You're financially good somewhere. So it's just strange. I have to look at this more and see if we can kind of navigate it. Now you have the Ten of Wands reversed in your work and finance, which is not carrying a burden or not being responsible, or choosing not to carry a burden anymore that maybe you were. And then you have the Two of Cups reversed in your personal life. So again, that kind of shows maybe some form of separation is kind of hitting you deep within, right? Then you have the Eight of Cups upright, which is walking away from something in your love life. I don't know, guys. This is so crazy. It's I feel it, but I just can't quite say it yet. Not that I'm keeping it from you, but I can't quite see it, but it's it's so close, We have the Three of Cups in your work reversed in your work and finances. That is really strange too. Really strange. Then you have the Queen of Cups in your personal life. And then you have the Four of Cups in love life. I'm really wondering. I feel like some of you might actually this is actually say you have a partner who is getting a raise and making a lot of money, and financially y'all have it made, right? But it's something isn't growing and you know it. And so there's there's an injustice. This person's doing something behind your back and you just can't pinpoint it. You know what I'm saying? They're probably having an affair or something. And then you have the Ten of Wands reverse, which is you kind of not carrying a burden anymore. Then the Two of Cups reverse in your personal life. And then the Eight of Cups walking away. I think you might walk away from someone. Having the Three of Cups reversed can definitely be a third party, cheating, an affair. It can be drunkenness, debauchery. But it's at work. So some of you might actually be having an affair at work. by the end of the next year, which is weird. But it could also be, I'm wondering too, if it has to do with finances and is joint finances, you see what I'm saying? It might actually be that you find out that your partner is having an affair at work with someone at work. And that makes you very emotional, you know, very, very emotional. And it's not reverse, so you're handling your emotions well, but it's definitely something you're really sensitive about. And this person may actually try to say, I'm sorry, and offer you all these apologies, but you're not taking any of it. You know, you're already walking away either physically or emotionally the 3 months before. Having this at the bottom of the deck, I do think there's something very powerful you can hang on to, you know. I don't know, maybe, and then for some of you, I think if you already got a divorce and say you've gotten like child support or at least things worked out where you, you know, you get the home and you get the kids and all that stuff may seem happy or whatever, you may have the other person saying it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. I don't know. I just feels, I know, you know, it's not going to fit everyone because it's a general reading and different parts can affect different people. But if you look in just your work and finances, you know, you're struggling and then it's beautiful. And then you decide not to carry any more burdens. And then you have maybe excessive spending or excessive drinking. But then when you look in your personal life, you have struggling financially, struggling with your passion projects. Then you have struggling in love. And then you have the only one upright at the end of the year, which is you getting in touch with your emotions. And then in love, you have the High Priestess, then the Justice reverse, then the the Eight of Cups and the Four of Cups. So I'm like, it looks like there's some secret that's unjust that causes you to walk away, and this person will try coming back by the end of the year to offer one last chance. Let's try again. And you're just saying no. So, you know, I know since it's going to go different ways for different people, I just feel something. Like, I feel like I really feel like in the finances, and honestly, some of you might actually be getting child support and it might not be fair. You might have actually fought to get everything and you might be taking an unfair amount, and then, or it's happening to you. And then, you know, you might be irresponsible with that money, you know, because if you're not carrying burdens after you get that money or whatever, you might not be being very fair. And that's why you have the Ten of Wands reverse, because you're being irresponsible about it. And then the Three of Cups reverse, could you be you partying too much? And then still, I don't know, because with you walking away from something twice, usually when you're getting that is someone is being unjust to you. So maybe it's like when you have the perfect financial situation, someone comes and kind of like, I feel like maybe someone is not treating you fair in love, you know? And that's why you decide to quit carrying the burdens financially, because you're ending a relationship. Because if you look at those three here, it could be that like you're struggling, you're keeping a secret, everything looks great in the family financially, but you know that you're being treated unjustly behind closed doors, like they're not treating you well. Because I'm saying this because I know this is for different people and different scenarios. But then, like, since you feel like you're being treated unjustly, you decide not to put up with it anymore. And that's why you have these two together. Because having these two together is definitely a breakup. You know what I'm saying? And then having this, what's weird is getting this for finances. That is strange. I really feel like that is cheating in the workplace. You know? You might actually do that because you're sick and tired of how you're being treated at home. And then you become really sensitive because you realize what you did. That's why you end up being the Queen of Cups. And then the Four of Cups can be you like refusing to work things out with the other person. Like you might actually walk away from your marriage or whoever you're living with or whoever you're dating for a long term throughout most of the beginning of the year. And when you walk away from them, that's when you decide to kind of have an affair, even though you may not have an official divorce, or I don't know. I'm sure some of you will be able to recognize what I'm saying. I got the owl for you guys. Is your animal? Are you kidding? Aquarius got this too. And that's crazy because I'm doing Cap, so some of you could actually be Cap, Aquarius, Cuspers. I think someone else got it too. I think it might Cancer or someone. I think it was Cancer got 2 cards, and I'm trying not to pull 2 because I want to pull like just one animal that can really kind of help you out throughout the year. You know, an animal spirit that you can focus on to get through it. And this one helps you with esoteric. It was weird that you got this at the beginning of the year in love. So you're probably going to have your eyes peeled. You sense something is off about the person you're with. You just can't put your finger on it. But it obviously, you feel like it's unjust. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and the owl is like, it helps you with esoteric knowledge, with wisdom, with seeing in the dark. You know what I'm saying? And this is my spirit animal. Can you tell? I got the pointy nose, I got the little ears, I got the big eyes, and I have really, really exceptional like hearing and eyesight and stuff, so it just is cool. Okay. And I also love, obviously, esoteric stuff, right? Okay. But what I love about the owl so much is she helps you turn a disadvantage into an advantage. So, but it talks about how, like, you know, so many other animals are scared of the night, but the owl is not. It's learned how to take advantage of the nighttime. Whereas most birds, they really cannot handle the dark. Like, I watch my chickens when I put them up at night, and just the slight, it starts getting a little bit too dark. They can't see at all. Like, they freak out. Like, if they can't get to their coop in time or something. I spoil them and have nighty lights in there so they can find their way back easier in case they get lost when they're babies, because they just, like, it scares them. So it's weird how different the owl is, you know, and even though they have exceptionally big eyes, it's really their ears that help so much, you know. The thing is you have to look throughout this upcoming year, and when things seem bleak or things seem dark, you can make it good. You can find, I've done it my whole life, you know, having Pluto in the 12th house in my ascendant, you have no choice, you know. And with Pluto going into Aquasum, collectively speaking, a lot of people are probably going to go through some intense things. So, you know, you have to consider, like, when these bad things happen, how can you turn a disadvantage into an advantage? How can you make something good out of something bad? It's like I explained before, you know, I had to read this, I would think it was one of these old Buddhist phrases years ago. And I flipped through it in the library, and it talked about how, like, you know, with cow manure, you can grow flowers. And I'm thinking, yeah, when people throw shit at you, grow flowers in it. You know, people say when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. Well, you know, when you have a big pile of shit, it's just manure. It's just fertilizer for really beautiful roses, okay? I know it's crazy, but it's true. So, you know, you can make something good out of anything. You just have to have the patience and the strength to do it. And if anyone can do it, it's Capricorn. I mean, I have a Capricorn Venus, so, you know, we can definitely, what would you call it, break things down and have a methodical approach and take baby steps into achieving our goals. We just have to want it bad enough, you know. Now, I do want to pull an Akashic Tarot card too, and see what kind of advice we can get through the year to help you throughout the entire year, or maybe, you know, some of the most challenging parts of the year. They can be pretty specific, and it can be really beneficial. No, I'm gonna wait till I get just one. Move it out of the way. Oh, come on, you. Give us a card. Don't be sneaky. What does Capricorn need to know? The best advice you can give Cappy. get through 2023. Okay. So we have the Master Artisan. Let's see what it says. 8 of Keys. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Inside a bright and bustling artisan's workshop, apprentices are busy at their work benches, which are arrayed with the beautiful fruits of their labors. The master artisan pours a number of beautiful shining gems into the open hands of one of his apprentices. This card indicates that you now have the opportunity to offer your talents, your purpose, and your gifts to the world, making a contribution to many. Don't be shy and don't hold back what you have to share. It's not the time to hide your light under a basket. I like that. I do, because I think people could use that next year. As a matter of fact, you may now find yourself teaching or training your skill set to others. You may also be demonstrating your gifts and performing your talents publicly. Even if your gifts lie in the ability for loving, compassionate care, you will be sharing those gifts with others. In this period of time, you can build your reputation and take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. So take action, put yourself out there, and let yourself shine. There is much beauty and empowerment for you to bring the world. To bring to the world. I like that. You know, you guys really have a lot to offer. I think you do. You don't want to let, some relationship get in the way. You know, if you have some issues in your personal love life, just remember you're here for a high purpose. Only you are you. Only you can do what you were meant to do, you know. I like that. What's this one movie? I think it's called The Winter's Tale or something. And I like the way they put it where it says everyone has one miracle that only they can do. And I love that because, you know, I think it's kind of possibly true. Anyway, I do love you guys so much. I do bless you, and I hope you have an amazing, amazing, amazing 2023.